What's going on, everybody? It's me, truck driver Sean. So I've been getting this big request for Q&A, FAQs, what the fuck ever, right? So I've been collecting the questions to see if any of them would just kind of turn up more regularly than others. That's right. All right. The number one question I get, believe it or not, how long have you been driving truck? Answer to that is 25 years. Long fucking time. All right. The second most asked question is, do you get your gear for free? The answer to that is no. Sometimes I get free stuff sent to me, but I end up usually giving it to my subscribers. Like, I'll buy a pedal and they'll send me a pedal for free. Sometimes, yes, I get a handout every once in a while, but really it's pretty rare that I get, a free piece of gear because, well, gear is expensive, not only just for the people buying it, but for the companies. Most of the companies I support are very small companies because, well, I just like their stuff better. I don't know how to explain that any further than that, but no, I don't get very much gear for free. I buy, sell, trade, and now I'm kind of getting to where I don't really want any more gear. I'm in a very unique place where my gear is pretty fucking awesome at this point. All right. All right. This question, oddly enough, I'm getting asked a lot lately, and I probably should be upset by it, but I'm pretty self-aware of the problem. So I get why people would ask. 9 out of 10 times people that are asking are just concerned because as somebody who puts yourself out there in social media, people kind of follow you and see you for all the good and bad that you are if you put everything out there, right? So the question is, why did you get fat again? And so it comes to it, how did you get fat again? Well, it's only one way to get fat, right? Eat shit you ain't supposed to in quantities you're not supposed to eat. My job, not that I'm trying to make an excuse because it's not a good one, but I don't work like a 9 to 5 and have a schedule where, breakfast is at 7, lunch is at noontime, dinner is at 5. That's it. I'm up and down weird fucking times. Sometimes my 24-hour period, I'm awake for 18 of that 24 hours. And between snacking and meals, you put on way more than you should. And I've done it to myself. I really don't have an excuse. I had to pick the spoon up or had to open the bag of fucking Funyuns. It is what it is. I'm working on it. For those of you who are wondering, one, I know a few of the people just genuinely asking me because they kind of watched me through my journey of losing a shit ton of weight. Like, I lost a human being. If you're watching me and you didn't know, I used to be 460 pounds. If you think I'm big now, oh, I was bigger. All right, but I'm down 8 pounds, by the way. So the scale's going in the right direction. Thank you for asking. All right. And the other question I get is, are you still a solar artist, solar guitarist artist? And the answer to that is yes, because they tell me differently. All right. So another one I get this asked a lot, and I'm always glad to talk about this because the dude is a solid human being. And that is, how cool is Luis Torres in person? Is he the real deal, or is it an act? Luis is gonna hate me for this, but the tough guy thing's an act. Luis is a cream puff. He's the nicest guy on the planet. He just wants everybody to do good. He wants everybody to get along. He wants to have fun in this thing because we accept it as a hobby. We don't do this for a living. I drive a truck for a living. Luis is a professional photographer. Like the real deal. The kind that comes with instead of having a baby on the front of you, you get a bunch of shit taking pictures. He's that guy. Like for real. Luis has his fingers in a lot of pots. He's a hustler, man. This is a hobby. We have fun with this. This is our escape, our good time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Luis is awesome. If I could move in next door to him, my life would be rich, for sure. Oh, we'd have so much fun. He'd hate me after that. He would hate me. All right. Next question is another like kind of YouTuber question. That is, why don't small YouTubers get signature gear? Well, that is pretty simple. The gear thing, like, I got Jackson in my hand right now. Jackson Guitars, big company. Their profit margin on stuff is pretty minuscule if you think about it in the grand scheme of things. It's all about selling volume so you can have a profit, okay? A small YouTuber like myself with 4,600 subscribers, I'm not going to peg their needle in sales. So giving me a signature model would be like, you know, giving Ricky next door a porn endorsement because you heard his wife yelp once at 2 o'clock in the morning. You thought, ooh, he's feeding it to a good. We should sign him. No, doesn't work like that. It's that simple, folks. With that said, on the other side of the token is I do a lot of really cool stuff with a lot of companies, and I'm not tied to them. They're not tied to me. It's all just we're having fun and things are getting created that it's just amazing, right? We're all just having a good time. I test a lot of products for companies, and I feel very privileged that they value my opinion enough to be like, let's send this to that fat piece of shit and see what he thinks. But yeah, that's basically why. From a financial standpoint, companies can't really invest into a signature piece of gear for someone who has such a small audience. I mean, my average videos only get about 150 views. So let's say everybody who watches my shit on a regular basis buys something. Once they move 150 units, they're done. Where's it going to go past that, you know? Just doesn't amount to shit. They need to make it notice. If it makes any kind of difference, like Keith Merrill getting a signature, that was kind of oh, did that just happen moment? But look at what happened with it, though. Arguably, Keith's guitar with Schecter is more popular than Keith is, which is a rarity, like a crazy rarity. But Keith is a genius. He designed amazing guitar. I don't like Schecter guitars, but I love the Keith Merrill model. Go figure, right? All right. The next question is kind of I totally understood it, but still couldn't believe I've been asked this many times. Are you going to give up the guitar gear for mask and fragrance videos? And the answer to that is no. I was juggling 3 channels. None of the 3 were doing significantly well. And I do this kind of as like entertainment for myself. So I was like, well, not really getting anywhere with it. Why am I tasking myself with making these videos across 3 platforms? Do it all in one. So yeah, a lot of you that have been kicking around for a while are used to me always doing stuff with guitars, and now you're seeing masks, you're seeing fragrance. It's because I put all my shit into one pot. I made a stew. If you see a picture of a bottle of bitch bait, don't fucking tune in. Yeah. You see a mask? Don't tune in if you want to see the guitar stuff. But who knows? Check it out. You might learn something. You might see something and go, wow, that is kind of neat. So that's how I get into other stuff. You know? I have other interests. All right. Let's see what's next here. Oh, the reason why I dug this guitar out. Have you ever been ripped off before buying gear? Yes. This one. Long story short, this guitar actually, it's the paint job that pisses me off because the guitar itself is fucking phenomenal. It plays great. I'm almost thinking about selling a different 7-string and keeping this one, even. Ugh, it drives me bananas that I got fucking ripped off. I got fucking rooked hard. This isn't it. Oh, losing my. Hello now. Can you hear me now? Ugh. Lapel mic. All right. So yeah, someone told me to use a lapel mic because my vocal shit was fucking horrible. So I'm trying it. Giving it a stab. It's an uncomfortable piece of shit to use, just so everybody knows. But this guitar here I got off from Reverb. I paid $800 for it. Custom Jackson out of a run of 125 that was a Guitar Center special. If I did my research, I'd realize that this right here was like a dark bursted wood that looked a little weathered. That's what color it was. But it's unique because it's a mahogany neck and a mahogany body, which for this guitar is extremely rare. And yeah, I mean, they slapped some Hipshot hardware on it. They said it had a Hipshot bridge. It's got a Jackson shitty ass bridge. The guitar is great. 800, way steep for it. Like, this is where I get a little irritated. For me to, like, I was so mad that I was like, I'm selling this. But when I looked up to see what would be a reasonable price to charge people, it was $500. So I'm losing $300. Here's what makes it even worse. Because I'm honest. And I got online. I was like, fuck this guitar. Oh my God, I got ripped off. Me charging $500 apparently is ripping people off. I don't know. It's worth $500. Sorry. So all you people that are sending me things for like $200, it's worth $500. It might look like shit. Might need a new paint job. The fucking thing, if you don't look at it, if you were blind, this thing plays amazing. Sounds awesome too. I mean, check this shit out, man. It's just badass, right? All right, so Oh, this is a good question, actually. What do you do to decide what you're going to keep and what you're going to flip for gear when you get it? For me, gear is all about relationship. Some things I play it, I'm like, this is me. I love this thing. I don't care how cool it is. I don't care about any of that shit. My favorite amp that I have right here, the Republic X amp. It's the cheapest one in my collection, and it's my favorite amp. Sorry to all the other makers of the amps I have, but that Republic amp is fucking Jesus level for me. It's my voice. It took me a lot of years to find an amp where I could say, this is my voice. So yeah, I have a relationship with that. The Labagoa, Mr. Hector, that I bought direct, and they got sent to me with green lights and a purple skin. I love that thing. It sounds great. It's what I'm playing on right now. That's the Labagoa. I'm using a noise gate by Rev Amplification called the G8, the Gate. And my buddy Dave made me he had a short-lived career as a cab builder. Luckily I got one. Because I love that cab. That is a Monster oversized 2x12 vertical cab. But yeah, if I have a relationship with it, I keep it. If I don't, I mean, I want to try gear out. I'm curious. I want to try everything, right? But I can't. Obviously, I don't have like millions pouring out of my ass crack to go try everything. And I'm a really small YouTuber, so ain't nobody sending me shit. Trust me, I reach out to everybody. There's nobody I've not reached out to, like, hey, I'd like to try your stuff, but I'm nobody. You know? That's just the way it goes. All right. And then finally, which I've been asked it a lot lately, and I just happen to laugh. Why don't I have a Patreon? That's very simple. This is a hobby for me. I don't want it to cost people anything to hear my opinion, because that's all it is. It's a fucking opinion. All right? I don't think my opinion should be paid for. And if you do a Patreon, you should be giving people something that, well, you're not giving for free on other mediums. What the fuck am I going to do? I'm already doing what I do, so the only way to make Patreon so it's exclusive is to stop doing what I do, and I don't want to do that. I want to have a free way to get the information, process it the way you want, because my slogan's always been, do not take my fucking word for it or anybody else's. Try the gear yourself or fucking gamble, because what works for me might not work for you. My opinion might be far off from what your fucking opinion is. Sometimes my opinion changes. We saw that with the PRS Archon. When I first got it, oh my god, I hate that thing. And then I found the perfect pedal to hook up to it, and I was like, ooh, this thing is Jesus level. It's great. You know, after I went and shat on it, you know, so it is what it is, folks. I don't always get it right. So when I tell people that I don't want to do a Patreon, it's not because I'm too lazy to do one, although that might be part of it, but if I did Patreon, I'd want to give somebody something like so fucking cool. But look what I do on my own channel. Like, some people are doing Patreon like, hey, I give away gear to my Patreon members, and it's gear that people are giving to me for free, so pay me to give you the free shit that was given to me. I'd rather just give you the free shit. I don't want you to pay for a goddamn Patreon. So you're paying for a privilege to get stuff that, for me, that I got for free to give away. That just sounds fucking bananas to me. If you're not giving somebody something exclusive and super cool on your Patreon, I think you're a fucking piece of shit. Seriously. If you're one of the fucks that do that, fuck you. You know? I do a live chat with my Patreon members. You know what? If you want to chat with me, I'm easy to get a hold of. I'll always answer your questions. Unless it's like, every once in a while I'll get ones like, dude, how good's my mom give head? I mean, how do you answer that? Especially if someone gets a hold of you and you actually know. I mean, what do you do with that? I mean, damn. Fucking hell. No one needs to know the answer to that question. I don't want to know the answer to that question, but my mom? What the fuck is wrong with you people? But that's it. You know, the Patreon thing, I don't have nothing to offer that I wouldn't give you for free on my normal platforms. I just don't. But then again, I'm not doing this for a career. Do I have commercials? Yes, I do that so I fit into the algorithm because it'd be nice to get subscribership up so companies, like, case in point, I get a hold of Mezzer Barber. They don't have nothing in the States. They never send nothing to the States, but 3 people get Mezzer Barbers to try out here in the States. It's because I'm not big enough. And they don't want to break my heart just by going, dude, no. And sometimes I say stuff like, fuck, shit, goddamn, eat some pussy, fist someone's asshole on Thursday. I might say some nutty ass shit. I might fart, I might burp. We never know, because I don't edit that shit out. If I shit myself on camera, I shit myself on camera. It's the real deal, man. So when companies are wanting to do that, they don't want a fucking idiot doing stuff for their company. The ones that do contact me to do stuff, I'm always shocked, like, seriously? Awesome. But then again, those companies are also putting out some amazing stuff, and I probably wouldn't have found out about that stuff if they didn't find out about me, you know? It's just one of those things. You don't know unless you know, and that's what I want to do. I want to get some of these small builders and small companies, show what their stuff does, and none for nothing, if they do send me something for free, I send it out. You can, if I get it for free from them, and I only say, they sent me this. If they sent it to me, you can contact me and be like, dude, can you send that to me so I can try it? Sure. I've sent hundreds of pedals across the United States and even 2 to Canada. They've always come back except for once. I had one guy jack it off from me, and he was another YouTuber, which is fucking hilarious. And I'd still send him stuff because I get why he did it. You know, some people play the YouTube game, I don't. And I've been really lucky. Most people send it back. And some people just send me stuff to try. Like, hey, dude, have you ever tried this pedal? Fuck it, I'm going to send it to you. Which is cool, you know? I look at it this way. It's almost like tape trading, but you send the tape back to somebody. You know? We can't all afford to go out and buy a shit ton of gear, but maybe someone's got this piece of gear and you have this piece of gear. Well, hey, let's just swippy swap for a couple weeks and, you know, fuck around with it a little bit. Better than wasting $250 on a pedal you think you need that you get. You're like, oh, shit. This fucking pedal sucks. That's what it is. All right. So that's 10 questions. This is 25 minutes, which is, that's some time. I've rambled on. I'm going to play a couple riffs, get the fuck out of here. As always, keep music evil, bring metal to children, don't be a deek.